So let's start. Let Kamas Batlar Kramutziling. So yeah, for those who don't know me, my name is KG and I am hosting you today on Makoya Rundown. That's who we are. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. And we have wonderful conversations. So join us, share the live, and let's go with it. And we also have a YouTube channel where we post these lives there. So you can also go check them out. Same name, Makaya Rundown on YouTube. You will find gang videos there. Whole library of wonderful conversation, great opinions, some lessons, So go check that out and comment and let's engage. And also on our page you can see the videos, snippets of those videos. If you like one particular one and you want to hear what the conversation was like, just check the date on YouTube. You'll be able to see the corresponding title topic. Then you just use that to listen to the whole thing. So yeah, we invite you to participate in these conversations, and some of them are very light, some of them are there to help us grow, and today is no different. We're gonna have one of the difficult conversations, I believe, to have in a relationship. So I want to know, how have you guys tackled this particular topic in your relationships? How has it gone? I found easy to make an example of her, okay, at my age, and share my perspective like that. Okay, all right. I see you. It's weird that I'm a grumpy adult, but these kids are always playing on my lawn. Maybe it's because you're grumpy. That's why they want to provoke you, nje. Exactly. That is exactly that. You're not grumpy. You just need to let your inner child, best friend, be those kids. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Hello, Leputi. Hello, I think it's Joyce. I hope it's Joyce Marco or Joyce Marco. Welcome. I work from home, so they make noise. I'm also scared of parents. Hello, Kifihle Hemloy. How y'all doing? Welcome. Brasam, welcome indeed. Zaitun, I hope I pronounced that well. How you guys doing? Oh, I send you the invite. A mistake, but you can take it. It's not a problem. This is the topic of the day. I hope y'all can see it, right? This one here. Please confirm if you guys can see it. Try something a little bit new today. Hello, Bongi V. We see you. Kindly keep on tapping the screen, share the live, and let's have wonderful conversations, y'all. Can you please comment, guys? Do you guys see the topic here? Sabrina, Susnano, Pumpkin, are you guys seeing the topic? Good morning, Zaitun. Bongi, thank you kindly. So let's have conversation. Google and Kosi, good morning. Pull it down a bit. Yes, that's what I wanted, because I know it looks different on my side as much as on your guys' side. Is it fine now, Pumpkin? Okay. Sabana, Google and Kosi. You want to move it up between Makoya and talk to me. Is it fine now? Is it well visible? Yes, body changes in relationships. Good. Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So yeah, man. Hello, Subsidy. Subsidy. Let's talk. Let's talk. I want to know, how are you guys dealing with this? I mean, it's a reality of life. As we grow older, our bodies change. You enter relationships, especially not long distance, long-term relationships, where you might have gotten into that relationship when you're thinner, when you're chubbier, and you might have changed in the process of the relationship, lost a bit of weight, gained a bit of weight. And good morning, dimension. So let's have that conversation. How do you handle these talks? Have you had these talks? You see, here's your person, and you're like, hey, my person has changed, man. How do I address this matter? Could even be attire and in life, and you're like, hey, clothes no longer fit you the same way. What's happening? I can't relate. I've always been the same size. Oh, mnandu bawen. Bawen. But have you experienced it with your person? Subsidy. Na engine number. I gotta figure it. Could be anything, really. It's growth, guys. I can look 13 now. Let's embrace it. You look 13. Yeah? So, if there is some body changes, I can't look 13. Okay, yeah. So, body changes. It could be the fact that we are talking weight. Could be the fact that we are talking different things physically that are different, with your person. I know one of the biggest ones is body weight, but could be literally anything. Human beings in general are very superficial. We get attracted to what we see, and now when what you see is no longer looking the same, do you have conversations about that? Not, hey, they're always skinny and then they pick up weight and look even better. Okay, so can over just sang subs over just there. Hello, Pilang. We see you. Well, stop it, because I'm you. With immediate effect, even we will lock down growth. My eczema broke out during a relationship, but my body has always been like this. And how was that experience for you, Coupe? I would assume that would have a bit of what they call this, might introduce some insecurities. Like when your girl decides to shave her head. I get when I chocolate. Tell me, those body changes. She decides to go, how did you handle that, Lenyora? Tell me. My ex-husband once told me that my stretch marks turned him off. Jehovah. Josie M, is that the reason why he's the ex? Sure. And how did you handle that? How did you handle that? It was traumatic. Makupe. I feed them, but they never want to give me credit. Subs. Don't stick around for such. That's why he's an ex. Yes, I divorced him. Jesse. And even after that, how did that affect you? Are you over that? Are you now comfortable with yourself and your growth marks? And by the way, these stretch marks you're talking about, were they the pregnancy ones or just body stretch marks? Because I think men who now all of a sudden have an issue with you, ngama stretch marks because of pregnancy, you're like, my dude, how can you ever? How do you dare? What's good, Thike? Been a while since I've seen you. How are you, mama? Hey, these names, Martha and Ho. I love my body marks, hey? Pregnancy stretch marks. Imagine. And he has the nerve to tell you about the proof that you gave him children. What is this? Hi. Karinina. Been a while since I've seen you. Hello, hi. Dibza. I see you. I'm glad you're good, baby. I think that incident was one of the most traumatic experiences I've had in a relationship. Yeah. So, was it purely on your side and your own self-esteem, or it was you were then victimized as a result? What happened? Yeah, imagine me bearing your kids, and when you come and tell me about them, I'll question, one other dimension. Men can be cruel, yes. He deserves to go, mommy. Just passing by. So good, so good. Good to see you, Klebs. Appreciate you passing by. His reaction. Hey, what happened? Masasi, thank you for the follow. Abutidin, we see you. Spussy, so we see you. How are you, Masasi? Are you well? Are you well? Guys, don't be afraid to come onto the panel, yeah? Good morning, Kya. How you doing? Hey, Gyachil, I see you. So, guys, what has been your experience with body changes in relationships? Some people have mentioned having acne during your relationships. Some people, have mentioned weight changes during a relationship. Whatever body changes that you've experienced, how have you dealt with those, I'll come back once I have adjusted on my new workplace and figured things out. Congratulations! Congratulations on your new job. That's great. Love to see it. Hello, Kiachile. That's great, Tabile. That's great.
Sawubona but KG.
Wonderful. Are we the team?
Bantwana benkosi sanibonani.
How are you, sir?
Ngiyaphila.
You've been very busy these days.
Running away from sin is very hard.
That I cannot disagree, sir. I cannot disagree. How are things, though? I don't know if it's just me or I can't hear Butitin. Okay, Butitin, try and sort out something, but we can't hear you. We cannot hear you at all. All right, please do catch up on YouTube when I Hello, Masero.
Dimala Abuti KG.
How are you?
I'm good. Well, I'm sick. I don't know what's going on. Just when I get better and then I get sick. And then when I get sick,
Hey,
it gets even worse.
Oh, what is the
So
sickness? Is it flu? Is it
it's the
spring thing?
flu, and then, and it's bad.
So sorry. So
Yeah.
sorry. So sorry.
But to be
But have you
very
seen
honest,
the doctor? At least.
I live with a doctor.
Look at Sabelo's comment there.
Fabulous comment. Reading. I missed it. I don't.
Subs. No, just check. Is the one just now below?
Oh, see, I would have to be doing it first.
You never know, Pele.
Yeah, no,
We never know, Pela.
so there's no need for that.
Okay.
If you had asked me to like a month ago, I would have been like maybe.
It's that fresh.
It's
Is it
that fresh. But anyways,
Oh, okay. But are you coming alright though?
I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice.
And you don't have it. You just have to be alright.
I have to.
Oh man.
But to funny enough, I have always, I think for me, I've always had weight issues in a sense that I've always taken my body issues very seriously. I think, I don't know, maybe it comes from childhood where my body has always been made comments about, when I was young, gore o bona gore o mo kana kanang. Especially with black people, gore o bona o jang, o jesa ba go jesang, and also on top of that, it's like, your dad's a doctor, but how can he let you eat this? How can you? And it became such a thing that it I think, without realizing it, it began to play on my subconscious mind that growing up, it became one of those things that I think, first of all, it became body dysmorphia. And it also became something that when it came to food, I became very afraid of food as well. So for me, the person I was in a relationship with, we used to make a joke, and it was something that I never really used to hide, but he used to say, you are the easiest person to go on a date with, because I used to I was such an easy person to go on a date with, because when it came to ordering food, it was always like the smallest thing. And no joke, I would be that person who used to be like, hi, ke kopa kiddies meal. Can I have the kiddies menu, right? And it became such a thing where a friend of mine used to say, do you not think it's something that you need to really now start to deal with as an adult, being 32 years old now, and having to deal with, because you're at a state where you are thinking of having kids, you want to have kids, like, what is it going to look like now when you are having conversations with your nieces and they're looking at you, and they've had conversations with me where they've said, Mamholo, why are you ordering from the same why are you ordering from the same menu as us? You know, and now I must
Yeah.
go and I must lie to my nieces about things like that.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
you know, when
Mm,
we dish up at home, I use a side bowl. I don't use a big bowl.
sure.
So it has a tendency of affecting a relationship because
Mm,
when it comes to a relationship, I love to cook and to take care of my partner. But it
sure.
can be very weird when I love to feed my person and to see them eat. Like for me, I was taught that when you get married, the first year, like your person needs to eat. Like that's what I was. Don't laugh. Please don't laugh. Like, that's what my late mom used to say. Gore tshwantse a kiebe. Mele ukuthi a kiebe a bonagale ukuthi uyadla. Ukuthi yazi
Hey,
uyamnakekela
these
lo muntu
things.
wakho. And I truly believe like my person needs to eat and you know I must show that I'm
Mm,
taking care of this man and he's healthy and you know what I mean? He's chubby, marama
mm,
gore what
mm,
and I fully intend on doing that. And
mm,
then I'm gonna be his wife and I'm eating on a side bowl and you know what I
mm,
mean? Like it's just
mm,
it's a dynamic I always wonder and I think to myself how then do I deal with that? But
mm.
um
I see.
I I do ask
Mm-hmm.
myself that very difficult question with a partner. Um, and it
Yeah.
can get frustrating for a partner
Mm,
because it's just like I'll eat whatever you're eating when we go out. And I know men sometimes are like,
sure.
we get tired when women never know what to eat, and I'm one of those women. I'm just like, I'll eat whatever you eat.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand. And with the you now not eating as much as a result of that, do you see the body changes, or it's not
I've
necessarily
lost a
correlated?
lot of weight. I've
Okay.
lost a lot of weight, to the point where I think for my age, being 32 years old and weighing, currently I weigh about 48 kilos. I'm underweight. I weigh 48. And yeah. And it's,
Yeah.
you know, and then for your doctor to say, well, and then you're having conversations and you're like, yeah, I want to have kids. And your doctor's like, baby girl, what you're saying to me, the two things are not like, it's not mathing.
It's not mapping.
It's not
How are
mathing.
you going to carry it?
How
Sure.
like there's no way your body is even going to be able to do that.
Mm, mm,
So
mm. Sure.
it's a difficult challenge.
And
It's a very difficult
have
one.
you tried therapy to deal with it?
That you see, in my mind, I don't think I need therapy for it.
Oh, that's the biggest lie we always tell ourselves, hey?
You know what I mean?
Because yeah, because we always think that therapy is when something is wrong, but there's so many room or so much room for therapy in our lives just to get better and grow in different things, you know. But yeah, I think consider that, especially even if you don't go see a therapist, but perhaps a nutritionist, right? To ensure that even if you still eat small amounts of food or eat the way that you feel it's okay for you, you're still eating food that is nourishing so that then your body does not lack all of that, you know? So
Yeah.
perhaps that could be another way of still eating small, but you are able to eat very nutritiously and things that will assist. Do you do any exercising?
I do exercise, but very light exercise.
Okay.
Because I would probably I'd probably pass out. You know what I
I'm
mean? And I
struggling
still
to
need
hear
to
you a
get
little
work.
bit. I think you moved away from the mic a bit. You
I
were
do
saying?
exercise, but very light
Mm, okay.
exercise.
Okay.
You know, so but I think it is something that I definitely and I think for me in a relationship as well is
Mm,
where I become extremely conscious.
mm,
You know,
mm,
that's
mm.
another thing where I'm like, I need to make sure that and I think that's another thing I also need to work on because people say when they're in relationships, they tend to gain weight out of joy and happiness. I
Yeah.
also want to be that person who like gains weight from it with, you know what I mean?
Mm, mm,
So I
mm.
think there's a lot there that needs some groundwork.
Definitely.
Um,
Definitely.
but
Yeah.
I'm
I
just sharing
see.
my 2 cents.
No, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I think in as much as it might seem bleak for some, maybe hearing the story, I think you have so much opportunities and options, you know, in how you can move from where you are in whichever
Right.
direction you want to take. There's quite a lot
Yeah.
of opportunities. I think not to say compare anything, but for someone who is maybe wanting to lose a lot of weight, there's only a few options. But in terms of gaining back the weight, I mean, you can gain muscle instead of fat, right? And with muscle, things tend to look great if you want it, and you will know for yourself that I'm not gaining fat, especially when you know that the issue and you contextualize that the issue is fat, not that I'm looking big,
I just
so the
wanna
perspective in the frame. Yeah.
Abukiji,
Mm.
I just wanna gain weight in a relationship. When when my partner gains weight in the relationship, I wanna gain weight with my partner. Like I wanna show Hori I'm in a relationship as well. That's the crux, that's the gist of what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. I hear you. But the challenge is that you will be eating kiddies' meals. That's the problem. So there's no gaining. So yeah, so I definitely hear you. I think perhaps see a nutritionist, and because you like, the whole thing of feeding your person and whatnot, so at least when you see a nutritionist, you will now incorporate the type of food that will also allow you to gain that weight and grow with your partner, still eating the quantity that feels comfortable to you.
Yes, Asna, no, relationship goals. That's my love language, feeding my person. That's my love language, feeding my
But what
person
what
and
happens
getting
if
them nice
you
and
meet
chubby. That's my love language.
Marcia? What will happen now if you meet someone who also doesn't want to gain weight in a relationship? What does that mean for you? I don't
Good
know if
question.
you can. Okay, so that silence was still you taking it in. Okay, because I was like, okay, that silence was very deafening. So yeah, because there could be that plot twist. You
Hit
get your
one.
person, you wanna cook for your person, and your person is just like, hey, Mina, I'm also watching my figure.
Ah,
Yeah.
and that is such a love language for me.
But that's what I'm saying, that I don't think it needs to change or even be difficult in a sense, as long as you know that the type of food you're cooking is proper and all of that. And I think it will then nurture. I think it's a matter of just information and being informed on what to eat and what not to eat, perhaps. That would be another thing. But yeah,
Hmm.
and also the question is, so now that, so your
The
biggest
is
challenge
scaring me.
was, sorry?
The is scaring me.
Nami, it scares me. Sorry. So like something just popped in terms of what you'd like. So, for example, you grew up with being chubbier, and that was a problem for you in terms of what could have been the trigger for you to change that. Now you want to grow in this relationship and ukebe nawe. Where will the limit be? Do you trust yourself to have a limit to it? Because remember, something that we don't realize, and that's why I laughed earlier on when he spoke about how we are told that, when you get married, your person must keba. These things are based on habits. So you are building habits for however long it takes you to gain that weight. Now you get to a point where, okay, I'm in my ideal weight, or I don't want to go beyond this.
Right.
But habits, we know, are very difficult for us to change once you've been in bed with them for so long. So that's another horror for me, to be like, when will you be able to stop? Will you be able to stop? And how will you deal with that now? Sorry for the hard questions, but it is what it is. But it's an interesting thing. And by the way, I have a number of people in my life who wish to gain weight. One person has been even trying the nutritionist things, eating aboma protein and weighing tonis and all of that, and they're just not getting there, and it's always for me, as I'm just thinking that as human beings generally, our preferences are funny, because one person would want this very thing that you don't have, the other one will want the thing. It's always an opposite of these
Right.
things. And the question is, what will end up satisfying us?
It will never be enough. It will always be what we can't get, I guess.
You get what I mean? So that is the case. But yeah, I must say, your particular case is very new to me. I've never met a case like yours. Very interesting, and thank you for sharing that. And but in any case, in terms of the topic now, have you, this condition for you, has it now resulted, or had problems in your relationships, causing problems rather?
I think it's caused problems in the sense where it can be frustrating for my partner, where it's just like you're not partaking in the festivities of us enjoying this thing that we are in together.
I see.
That's why I'm saying it, you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying the cooking and being there, and the feeding is being my love language. And then it's just like, how are you not eating? And no,
Sure.
and it's just like, this is very odd. It's an odd thing. Like you said, like what you're saying is a very odd thing, and it can sometimes, for the partner, it can be very lonely.
All of a sudden, I'm wondering, you want me to disappear?
It can be very lonely.
Sure.
For the partner, because what you don't realize is that, as much as food, or for me, food being a love language, and doing that for my partner, it can bring two people together.
No, definitely. That I can definitely attest. I know it definitely does. Food, yo guys, yo,
Yeah.
make me
So
worse.
a
Meat and
person a
cheese.
person can really experience it, but they can experience it and it can be a very lonely thing. And I've had somebody say, I'm experiencing this thing by myself.
Sure.
So it's had almost a counter effect, if I have to say, to what we are saying, which is rather weird.
Sure. Sure. Interesting. But I hope you still do consider therapy. Um, and I think also therapy is just to unpack your thinking around this thing. You know, sometimes we do things for so long that we have lost reason as to why we did them or why we even started doing them in the first place, you know? So oh, Mahlatsi one, o batla update. Can I please give Mahlatsi a little bit of an update on your story?
No, I would
Must I not? Because I was gonna ask you to do it. Okay. So I skis up with my slides. It's all done. I was strong. You'll pick it up as we go. As I was saying, things that we oh, now I lost my trail of thought. What was I saying? Oh my god. I want to buy seats about my slides. But in any case, oh yes, I was saying unpacking the reasons to why we do the things that we do, because sometimes we do things for so long that we lose and forget why we even started doing them in the first place, right? Yeah, YouTube it all. So now when you do that, you are reliving or rather having the conversation or rehaving the conversation with yourself to remind yourself why it is that this is a situation for you. How did you get here? Do you even want to change? What direction do you want to take from here in the most natural way possible, for you? And I think that will even do much more for you, because I believe some of these conversations you have not had with people like this.
Right.
So maybe just having you would even be shocked of some of the things that you would say out loud. And you'd be like, I have never even thought about it this way myself. So I think sometimes it is just to remove the scales of your eyes and just see a little bit clearer the situation that you are in. Then you are more informed to then decide how you go forward. Not to say you're doing it to change anything, but just for you to be informed, if anything, to just remind yourself why it is that you do the things that you do.
I hear
And
you.
that could just be it,
Yeah.
So that is that. But yeah, I hope that you explore that option, and if not, the very least, nutritionist, start eating more of the foods that will help you grow in
Maybe
your
Mjolo tla
relationship.
last this time. We'll see.
Repeat, please.
Maybe Mjolo tla last this time. We'll see.
Maybe, just maybe, and it might just happen. Or you don't speak about a month ago that's happened. Yeah. Did he also leave because of associated things?
No.
Okay. Okay. Oh man, conversations with you are always fun. Always fun.
People blast me out. Wow. Whew. Makoya run down. Thank you so much, though.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you for bringing it up. And come, guys, let us know, how do you handle your body changes in relationships? Makupi, I'm still waiting for you, Pela. What's happening? Come through, man. We're not late. You must also be blocked on YouTube. Tamumbu's is a totem. Also breed, I believe. And so, like getting glasses for the first time. Yes, Makupe. Yazi, you must I don't know, one of the days I'll find a topic for you where we can talk about not your journey in therapy, but what therapy has done for you, not with your issues, but how it has improved you, literally just like wearing glasses for the first time. Because I think that feeling is so underrated. Sideline, and I think I've mentioned this before, that there was a period where it was just after I've left my job and I was going this whole self-employed route, and I understood that my mindset needed to be different. And I was processing things, but I was not getting where I need to get to, in my thoughts, and I needed to unpack that. And I decided, you know what? Obviously, speak to my wife, and she's like, nah, dog, go see someone. Me, I can't help you with that, yabo. Then we get into that. I go see someone, and we're just having conversations, and I'm just speaking of my thoughts, how I'm thinking this through, what am I thinking about, what are these things, and you would be surprised, or at least I was surprised, as to how much clearer then things get, as you have these discussions with obviously a professional who can ask the right questions, who can, make you aware of certain things that you may not necessarily be aware of. And all of a sudden you walk out of there and you're like, things are a little bit clearer now, things make so much sense right now. And it's just something else. And besides even getting over that hurdle, I don't know how to even put it in words, but you almost even use that experience to interrogate other things in your life, and yeah, it's just tools and tools that you will always use going forward in your life. It's beautiful. Put it in a case. Makupe, come through, mama.
Yeah. It's exactly like I've experienced getting classes and I've experienced therapy in one lifetime. So I know that it's the same thing. Or when you wear those glasses and you're like, but home.
Kante.
I was walking around and this is all I was missing. Like colors are just so amazing. Everything is just so nice. But hey, little body changes. Yeah. No, I got cure Sabrina. I got cure. Like glasses don't cure your eyes, but they are tools that you use to see the world better. Your eyes are still messed up, but you can see better. It's not a cure.
Then have you tried contact lenses?
I've tried. You know the thing about contact lenses, I would in Bora, because I had an aunt who was an optometrist, and before my talk, atlo snacks, she used to give us like contact lenses, the aesthetic ones.
Okay.
We'd be wearing great contact lenses. Did homegirl not die? And then 2 years later, now I need glasses. Yeah, bored.
So
But
sorry.
but contact lenses, I haven't worn them. I haven't worn prescription contact lenses yet.
Aha. Ma'am, your life. You see, when you say glasses, glasses, contact lenses. Yo, guys, I made that transition, and because my issue is keratoconus, so it does not. There's no cure as yet. You can only manage it. Glasses don't even, they help, but they don't fully deal with the issue because contact lenses sit directly on the eye.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember there was a time where I was still transitioning between spectacles and contact lenses. Whenever I want to go watch an IMAX movie, I will put contact lenses. It's like I'm on 4D, mama. Like, all of a sudden, you take things so little, something like seeing pores of your skin. Like without contact lenses, you don't even see those things, but you put them on, you're just like, my God, I didn't know I have pores. That's how contact lenses are.
Sorry to disturb
Yes,
you. I think there was a time I saw you put on those eye drops for moisturizing your eyes. And I was like, okay, he wears contact lenses because I wear contact lenses. I go between contact lenses and glasses. So I've been wearing glasses. Now look, okay, so we went to high school together. So I wear glasses full time. And I was like, I can spot a person who wears glasses and I can spot a person who wears. So no, get it. I know the homies.
No, you're on point. Definitely on point. But contact lenses. And people say that they are work. I don't know. Maybe I don't know the admin that you're speaking about, or maybe Lkhale is the case of choosing to see and choosing admin. I think to see will always win, So in terms of it being admin, you just have to choose a struggle, and admin is a lesser one. So yes, Makupe, come through, ma'am. How have you dealt with this traumatic situation?
No, I left him the first day.
Wait, what did he say?
Day.
What did he say? What happened? What did he say?
Like to the point where, like, my friend, when I told her the story, she was like, there's a third force here at hand. Oh, here. Because his reaction with KG was wild. He was like, he literally said, ew, that's so disgusting. Yes, he said. And before, because I'd have breakouts, like especially in spring, or if you get like really stressed out. So he told me, so I told him, I get like eczema breakouts, yara yara. He's the one who told me, no, try this other ointment in. But then I think because he hadn't actually seen, like, I don't even know what the reasoning behind this whole thing was. But because he's the one who recommended a certain cream. But at the time, oh no, eczema, yara yara, get breakouts. So he hadn't actually seen it. So I got like an actual breakout. Yo, hi, Kesan.
Sure.
When I the reaction, I don't know what happened, guys. He was driving me home, and then all of a sudden, so gets has the cream on my hands, on my wrists. So he looks at me and he's like, "Haibo, that is so disgusting." And he physically tries to, like, ukila wana motho hanya ka go tloga mo pele ga gago. And motho what driver? Yo, I've never been so terrified in my life. Ew, what is that? What is that? The face, you could see this man is disgusted. I act. I get to
Wait a minute.
It was terrifying.
Wait a minute. You are in the car. He's taking you home. But before this taking you home, were you not together?
We were. And it didn't happen in the morning. before the together, their breakout was already there. So I don't know how the gears shifted. I don't know. So I was just like, no more, I'll die. Like, because if switch up like this, one day it will be a knife in my chest out of nowhere.
At home.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, hey, brother, I just until getting home. Then I was like, okay, because I'm trying not to set him off. I don't want to disappoint. Like I don't want to defend myself too passionately. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. You know. So I was just like, but then my friend was like, something is off.
Somewhere.
Like, because now she's like, or Natal last week. I'm feeling something.
No,
He went home.
definitely.
He went home. Mama again.
Dog. No, something was up because there's no way.
So I didn't even think twice. It was the only time in a relationship where I was like, I felt unsafe. And for me, it's a no. I ke batle le gore ke tlo ba le di hindsight gore letsatsi le leng ke be
Yeah.
you leave immediately. Because
Sure.
if motho o kgona le go tell the words gore that is disgusting, you're disgusting. Why is it disgusting?
Imagine that. Sure. You.
And when you look at his face, he's not pretending. Like for real. I could say hampered or bonang. I wish I could borrow his eyes for that minute and see. What are you seeing, sir? You know? But so
sure.
but in terms of my weight, I mean, I've always been big. You shall me, I'm big. In the relationship, I'm big. So no surprises here, sir. Please. Don't bore me, please.
Not.
And we eat, but then never like I'm not much of an eater. I don't, but I will cook for you. I like sweet things.
Still waiting for the invite. Neither here nor there. Me and my wife are still waiting. For promises being made.
This is why the paneling, because we come here to be attacked.
I was just making sure that the masses knows. They know we are still waiting.
Party once.
You may as well, because clearly you promise everywhere.
I didn't promise a damn person. I didn't promise a soul.
Can say what's up? Can say the receipts.
Okay, when I maybe Baba ngabatla le receipt re di bone. And the entrance into the dinner party is your screenshot. How's not screenshot again?
No, definitely.
Screenshot awungeni. But yeah, guys, no.
No, I hear you.
It's weird that people use superficial things like looks as a deal breaker, or yes, it's one thing to have a preference, right?
Yeah.
But then change, and then you're gonna break up with someone for that.
Yeah. And that's my concern particularly, and it's sad that mostly you get into this realization when you get married. At least I did. And I would assume that would be the case, particularly for men. But this thing of when we are dating, we make a big fuss about appearances. It's setting unreal expectations, because yes, you will meet this person the way you were interested in them, that manner. But ordinarily, you must grow beyond the physical appearance into loving the person, the soul, and everything else that has to do, right? Because if you don't do that, when you now marry this person and jiki jiki, the body changes, it will happen whether you like it or not, because you can't control an accident happening and all of a sudden the person gets burned or they lose a limb or whatever the case may be. And now here's the thing, it has changed. But because you have kept to the superficial thing of, looks needs to be the thing, they need to be like that. We need to, I think, work against that thing in our minds, even in the dating stage, that yes, enjoy it while you can. When you look at a person and you're interested in what you see and whatnot, but beyond that, the moment let your lanji go beyond the body, because when the body changes, for lack of a better word, you have something far much more important to hold on to, which is the person's personality, which is the person's soul. Nje, that now when you marry this person, you know that the body is neither here nor there. If anything, you will learn to love the body, because the person themselves are way more than what the body may be. So that's where my challenge is, that I know that I never thought about it much when I was dating. And for me, while I was dating, I did not have much preference in body type. I have dated, thinner, chubbier, whatever the case may be, tall, short. We have dated. Skin color, dated. So now the thing now becomes that if you don't go past that thing of what you see, it's gonna be a problem. What's gonna happen when you have kids? Like we were talking about, I think it's Josie. What's gonna happen when an accident happens? What's gonna happen when eating nice things happen and you guys gain weight? So we really need to change that mindset.
You know what, about KG, it's like if you have a really pretty ticket, right, to enter into or a pretty invitation to enter into an event, right? And you have this amazing experience at the event, but then the ticket wears off. Are you going to leave the event because the ticket has worn off? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
so if like the event sucks, but the ticket is pretty, you're just going to be there for the ticket or invitation. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Wow. Yo, sis Nana, why bag? Yo, most vessels carry emptiness very well. Yeah, no, Asha. I know very. Why be? How was the experience, Maseko, now you stepped out of the panel? How was the experience? So do you know how to sign and all of that? How was the communication? And how was that? So yeah, like Makupe, for me, we really need to, because for example, only I grew up fairly thin.
Okay.
All the way up to university, my memory when I was in first or second year, I remember envying to donate blood, but waiting is a dumalan bara awa papa skale sarhan, because I was literally not over 50 kgs. So since then I was like, yeah, no, I need to gain weight. Yeah, well. So ordinarily you're staying in university residence and you're eating all of that food that in J just, I don't know what it is in that food, but anyway, it's not nice, but it will still have you put some weight. So I put some weight, so okay, it was still manageable and I was okay with it. So I've never had an issue. If anything, I enjoyed it. Then I get married to my wife and she's like, sir, me and six packs don't get along. So, if anything, please don't even bother about six packs in your life. I was like, okay, ma'am, no problem. Yeah, well, I'm there eating, very looking nice, Nkeva, like Masako wanted was speaking about. So, and then only now when you have built the habit of eating whatever you want and whatever the case, and you're not gaining weight and whatever, but now the ages are starting now saying, we don't work like that anymore, and I was like, now looking at myself, I'm like, if you go anywhere beyond this, uzoba king, I'm a boy. Yeah, and that's when I now started looking at myself like, now you're gonna start having problems with your body weight. So you're gonna need to start doing something about it. And it has nothing to do with what you're eating per se, but because your body changes with age, certain things, now you're no longer producing as much growth hormones anymore. Then there's other things that comes with the fact that you're over 30. Like in J is just a lot. So you need to now take care of yourself a bit more in terms of what you eat and whatever the case may be. So then that becomes a thing where, for me, before, getting into diets with my wife was to support my wife so that she doesn't have to cook different food for me and she's eating different food. We all eat the same food together, whether we have a life, whether we don't, let's go at it, only this year I'm like, Yazin, I'm gonna have to get on the healthy eating food for myself, and no longer just you're supporting the wife, because there's no accountability, so to put it, in that. So for me, it's just like, I know I'm going in for myself and I'm just gonna do it for myself, So these things do happen in terms of body changes, and it's much more worse, I guess, when the partner sees you different. And thank God that is not the case for me. But it is now for me a weird experience because I've never had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, maybe look a little bit different now. So now I'm learning the language of body and how you would like your body to look like and how you would like your body to perform more than anything else. So these are such interesting things for me at this point in time. But yeah, Makupe, last thing you wanted to say before I go to Sabrina? All right, Makupe is not around for now. Sabrina.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What are for the body to perform? Did you call you? It's the Mustang.
Nobody must perform. You're staying there in the second floor, and when you go up the stairs in jail, your body engine gear 5.
But you know what?
But all of a sudden, there's a young fold that is painful.
But you know what? My couple is asking, what's going to get a taxi ranking? It's my count class. Wait, one, with the changes in my relationship, in the job, yeah, No, man, it's into the head basic, the earpods. That's why it's the closest that I get to hearing you guys. Now,
But the guy in noise cancelling don't
the
noise cancelling headphones.
ga ke iPhone baby, untira yang wena ka Jehovah. My provider. No, but
Don't
but
worry.
you know
Let's
what,
continue.
like
I
guys,
can hear you. Yeah.
what I love about this topic is most people don't take accountability when it comes to that. There's always I don't want it anymore. And the negligence of parents is always something that is not taken into
Now we're
consideration.
struggling to hear you, Sabrina.
Don't worry, I'm moving to a quieter place. Do I sound better?
Okay. Yes, oh,
Do
definitely.
I? Okay, cool. So, what I'm saying is this: the body is meant to evolve, and then the human makes a conscious decision. "Gore, this is how I want to look." That is why we have people by long they can literally advance their bodies by going to gym. O kry-a motho a le mo di-supplementeng, o di kgoka-kgoka yona. There's nobody in their family that has that Hercules or Thor or Aquaman's body, but this man loves what they saw. Nna ke rata dilo tsa class, so it's one attack. And then you find yourself sometimes, like what Masako went through, people don't like talking about the relationship in guys, or because they've never had the formula of expression, they do it wrong. They just do it wrong. Ooh, wena baby, ulokwenya. I'm struggling with my weight and I don't know what to do, and I'm also not educated. I am not educated about, let's say, my blood type. Now, got in and out because Fifi is lazy to cook or she can't cook. She's always in this taxi rank, making sure her di low to the so conveniently so we do takeaways 80% of the time. I'm not aware of the fact that maybe I have an insulin problem. My body is not breaking down food as well as it used to when I was young. And the accountability that comes with our image, guys, comes with being in a relationship that understands the importance of complimenting your partner. Baby, matlhogo a mantle yang. Right? Baby, you went and did the eyelashes. Oh, your eyes are popping, you know. We need that every now and then. It's a requirement, whether you like it or not. It is a requirement. Babe, Gabona Osetso Onona, am I making you happy? It's a subconscious. Maybe I'm dealing with stress and anxiety and I'm overeating. I'm a munchie. Kore ke nna ole ke di-wine gums, ke Red Bull. Hey, it's a slice of cake or what, because I am coping with my work environment. But the effect is to a point that I don't even mind going shopping for new clothes on some I'm not young anymore, so I just need a new wardrobe. Whereas that is not a reality. I need to get to the core of it. Most people don't understand that our bodies talk to us more than what we put onto them. Right? Kinale preference. I love teddy bears, right? Imagine if we started dating and I'm like, oh my gosh, my mushy bear. I'm giving you all these cute nicknames and you're confident at that point. Now comes the part whereby it affects your health. And you're required to now start eating healthy and better. And you're required to start working out. Does that qualify me to fall out of love with you? Because the physical attributes that preference are now not being met. Right? And it's not that you don't want to anymore. Your health is forcing you to do that. Now you're going to the gym and you're shredding off the weight. Does that actually then make me unattracted to you? That's why you know, when it comes to body changes in relationships, it should disqualify the physical part. Because even if right now, according to how compliments are running, my reality is that if I don't make the effort for the skin to be glowing, with the facial treatment and routine that I have, I am going to get old and wrinkly? Or will I still be complimented hormonally? Or are we going to look at, ooh, Gogo, you were once cute, got a tattoo, or what? It's a reality that is going to be there. But people should start rewinding to the concern. What's going on, my baby? Right? What are we going to change? Because it's not only about the body changing, also, it's about the inner changing. Kate, what you put in reveals itself outward, right? Even in our 30s, there's changes in hormonal imbalances as women. Even as men, it's just that men don't pay attention to how the estrogen actually operates outside of the get testosterone. Yeah. I got it. There we go. And we don't pay attention to those changes. We only want the expectation of consistency because this is who I fell in love with, that image. But the older we get, I mean, there's women with after 2 kids. It's like she never even got pregnant. Then there's us with 1 kid, and I'm short. Ke 1.480 and Gijela. Of course, I'm going to be around little Laguenya, right? But is that fair that now your partner says, oh, around little Laguenya, or what? I don't think the body changes should be a pressure point, but it needs to be a supportive point when it comes to relationships. Don't force it down my throat. I mean, hey, if ke batla McDonald's guy batla now, no babe, we should try spinach and kale shakes. Let my mindset be within it. Teach me how I can make my body's appearance look better, but there's a catch. What if me being a Lagwenya that I am, I lose weight, I won't feel attracted to myself? I won't be happy with having the cheekbones that's another round, because I love how I look at myself in the mirror and then my cheeks just go boom boom, and we need to make sure happy we can highlight the unhealthy attributes to your body changing and the healthy ones, and where your partner stands with that. There's couples, man, that we've seen by Herbalife. It started with the chick and the guy joined, and they look amazing. Aphrodite, the gods of Greece, when we look at them, right? But it was an effort on both sides, and there was a conscious part that said, I'm a big teddy bear, and I love Osiwa 6-pack, le rago le firm, le leng gore ke le spanka go thata se bomata. But how do I get to matching that? It shouldn't be a pressure. It should be a self-conscious decision. But guys, honestly, our bodies are going to change. The older you get, the elasticity of your skin is there unless you're doing something about it. There's people that are making efforts by taking collagen. Some people are not aware of that. And go na le batho ba seleng kg, rona banyana ba di-shop-a ba re bitsa batho ba kromo. Wa ntlhaloganya? My proportion is my portion, babe. Let it be. Let it be. Le nna ke rata Winnie the Pooh ko boyfriend thing because I love their hugs. They are warm all throughout the year. I get monthly for winter fair. I feel very warm and fuzzy. But if him being Winnie the Pooh and eating from the honey pot is going to give him a stroke or high blood pressure, it's okay. We'll work on being Tigger together, you know. But to our salagati, yes, classy. It's an imaginary thing, you know, and the basis of a relationship, ke motho, o e leng gore o mo ratile, regardless of how they look, because unfortunately life happens. I might be in an accident and my leg needs to be amputated. It doesn't qualify me to be loved less. I might not have been aware that I had an insulin problem. It might not be diabetes, but it is definitely going to be affecting my appearance. And what most people are not even taking into accountability is when the body changes, the mindset does. You find yourself where Masako said that it's a lonely journey. It is, because You don't understand what is going on. You have to make the effort, and nobody is understanding the changes that you have to go through, the pain that goes with that. And for me, body shaming in a relationship is literally a red flag that qualifies the relationship to dissolve. It should dissolve because I carried that baby. Don't make fun of me and my judges. I don't like the gym. Support me in other ways. Make me shakes, make it fun so that things can actually happen. But unless it was done ka surgery, most people's bodies don't go back to what they were 10 years ago. That's why we have people ba leng gore ba ya take ba lo thaka eng ba tsenya waist trainer for 9 months gape, as if carrying a kid for 9 months ain't enough, and be in pain because of such. There's little sly comments that your partner would make. Baby, did you see Sabrina? Just like that ass or what? Nana kwatingi ke vas blanca. And now I must compete with Sabrina because my man had a tone that said, "Oh, morning, Sabrina, baby, yo, ule wete," and whatnot. And Majita, in most cases, get guys. And it is so like it is so painful how people just body shame one another. Okay, Leroy, ngebe abuwa ka fupa. How cute a fupa is, you know. Somebody else would say, no, it is not. On Tlhaloganya. So guys, please, body changes are part of aging. Body changes are part of identifying yourself, for Pete's sake. Like a mahomo, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a gym freak. One o rata Jimmy o rile ga e rate fa di wana mara ditšhomi tsa gage ba mo introducer, and he actually did it because he got to look super good. So people should allow people to be themselves fully, not according to them. Re tla kry-a di-wartalk family tsa gore re tla ba bo Pumba le bo Timono ha re tlo utlwa ka batho. How? Sorry, I always make those examples so people can see what I talk about.
Definitely. No, I fully understand. Yeah, no. You have just said a mouthful. We definitely need to. I'm the best shape of my life currently. Good, sir. Good on you, sir. Yeah, and I think in this, I believe it was on a live, yeah, one of the lives a couple of weeks back. I did mention something similar to that, Hore. Sometimes, as you mentioned also, Sabrina, that when your body goes in the direction that you don't necessarily want, or which will put you in trouble, your mindset also adjusts to that, right? So now when you consider different alternatives, then your mindset also needs to change. But oftentimes we need their mindset to change first before the habit type of a thing. But in any case, when you do, sometimes it's okay, and that's the whole issue of society and whatnot, to say that when you look doing gym, eating well, losing weight or gaining weight, purely because you want to look good a certain way, feel good at a certain weight or physical appearance and things like that, that sometimes is just the motivator you need, because I've said this, that I don't know how much health has been a motivator for human beings, or an effective motivator for human beings, that, oh, I'm doing this so that I'm healthy type of a thing, and them doing it for a long time. But when it comes to things that are as considered as vain as, I want to look good, I want to be in shape, I want to be in the best shape of my years, that tends to go a very long way as a motivator than just eating healthy type of a thing. And to the issue of insulin that you mentioned, Sabrina, I think that is something that we definitely need to always bear in mind of, especially the moment you are closing into your 30s and beyond your 30s, because the body just doesn't process the same anymore. So you need to then be aware, and especially in the foods that we eat nowadays, there's just so much sugar, guys. Me being a person who loves dessert, like, there's just so much sugar in the foods that we eat. So we need to find a way, just run blood tests in jail. When you're celebrating the dirty 30, celebrate it by running a young blood test, and just so that you know what you need to be doing now going forward. All these painful knees when we stand up and all of these things, some of them is just literally that aspect of insulin will change, just how the body moves generally. So, the muscle and how it takes up, I don't know the actual compound yakona, but I know it's a part of a sugar. Is it glucose or something like that? So all of these things, we just have to educate ourselves. Ngoba nje kuzoba rough, But in any case, come through, Makupe. What's all Makupe? Yeah, well.
Hold on. Kidali audience. Hold on.
Okay, no problem.
That is accused. You guys need to chip in and buy me a phone. Mama Orlin Robert's phone.
What's happening with your phone?
I get a phone.
Oh, I didn't know.
That time when I was on that live, remember with Sis Norms? Yes, when I hosted the live, my phone died. Yatola, like for good. I'm using a new phone. So
Yanong ba claim ba reng ba sa rekele phone?
that's why kids I'm single. How about have I can mo ba reng unjani ka re ang stress. But I was gonna say I was listening to what Sabrina was saying, and I picked up sometimes this is where the glosses become important, because you need to be able to know when somebody is saying something from a place of love, and just because they are not following a certain script in Kgalema doesn't mean that they don't love you, and it doesn't mean that it's body shaming. We sometimes have this idea, like we confine people to these scripts and molds. Saying something from a place of love can only sound like this, and that's not true. It can't be that way. So sometimes will joke, mara they are trying to maybe soften the blow or but it's from a genuine place, and that then gives you the opportunity to have a conversation with the person. Why are you saying this? So if something bothers you, then and it's someone who loves you and you love them, then you have a conversation. Why are you putting it like this? What's the issue here? What are you trying to communicate? And then you have the conversation, right? But we need to be very careful when something is a sore point for us. Just because someone says something about it doesn't mean that they are criticizing or body shaming or whatever. You know what I mean? So we need to watch out for things like that. Because I think that also becomes an issue in relationships where men don't know how to express concern. It seems like you are trying to change me. You don't like me anymore. But he's concerned about you. When you're walking, 10 kilometers, I mean, he loves you. He doesn't want that for you. You know? And then when because you have this insecurity about it, you think it's an attack. So watch out for things like that.
Definitely. And now I'm just thinking this, I think I mentioned this the other day with the conversation I was having with Taria, that we need to also be aware who is reacting to something, right? Is it your childhood KG who's reacting to what you're hearing, or is it your adult self who's reacting to what you're hearing? Because in a case, for example, Yaha Maseho would be a case of this started Alimunyani, right? So there may be certain insecurities that you've built or held from such a young age. And when someone says something now, in as much as they care for you and say it in the most non-offensive way possible, just certain words that were used back then perhaps are triggering, or your defenses are just up. But also the defense is not necessarily your adult self speaking, could be your young self with a trauma that was not addressed or with an issue that was not addressed. So sometimes it's important, and it's difficult to do it in the moment, but it is important for us to be aware of our responses. Are we responding as our current selves, or are we responding as our younger selves? Because that can be, especially when you will see it when let's say I say something to my wife, and then she responds in a way that I'm like, I know that she would not ordinarily respond in this way, even if I said this way. So there has to be something there. So then the next question is, was that response your adult self or your young self? So we are able to get into the root of things and understand what are we addressing. Is it just an emotion of the moment, or it's something that is as old as you are, so to put it. So it's definitely important. Thank you for that, Makupe. And very, very soon I'll be closing. Come to you, Makupe.
What I'm about to say is it how is I don't know. But
Bring it.
okay, let's continue with the glasses metaphor. Ne? Let's say you realize how bony. Ne? And then Abuti KG has been going to therapy, has una lady specs. Like it. You can't wear Abuti KG's glasses because they are his prescription.
Agreed.
So there are a lot of people that don't want to go to professionals, but want to use these buzzwords like triggered and inner child and this and that and this. But then you're wearing somebody else's glasses, somebody who did the work, somebody whose journey was personalized for them. And now what happens, you end up weaponizing this person's journey against people in your life. And they probably don't even apply to you. So now you will be using words like trigger. I'm triggered, but no, you are being rude.
Sure.
I'm my inner child. It's it's not your inner child. You are being rude. What else? Understand? And now you know all these big buzzwords, the psychology, and you're applying them to your life. So I ka gore go na le batho mo ba reng nna ke re batho ba dula ke re batho ba ye go therapy. So I'm not saying go to therapy, I'm just telling you gore in as much as you're not going to therapy, you are here listening to people on Magoya and where, and you are picking things selectively to apply them to your life. And these people are people that faced their things and went through the journey. They know what they're talking about. So be careful. That's all I'm saying. But if you want to be triggered and all these things and all that, it's fine. Go ahead. Don't come here and say you won't tell or inner child. Scam papel.
Thank you for that, Makupa. Lutli like a warning Buffett, please. Don't use big words you don't understand or you have not even, paid for, in a lack of a better word. Sis Nano, come through, Mama.
Hi everyone.
How are you?
I'm alright, thanks. How are you?
Chaptogozile.
So,
Come on.
the topic at hand: body changes in relationship. Um, I've never really looked into it in the sense of body changes in a relationship due to I think being present, not only in my own personal life when it comes to the amount of self-love and self-care and self-consideration before I can expect the next person to approve of anything that I am. In a relationship, I turn to be very self-aware, and due to the preference of how I would want to look in that relationship, I always make sure that I do whatever work necessary for me to be comfortable in my own skin. Um, as for body shaming, I've never had that. I've actually only had, I would take it as positive body shaming, where I would be told that I don't like to dress up and cover my legs because I have legs for days. And in that being said, I would never feel bad, but I said all of that to say, in my experiences of all the people that I have been in relationships with, be it Iskora, Islanda, my chubby guys, and that was a preference that I wanted, and it was an experience that I wanted to have, and in that I learned to love different parts about who they were and who they
Yeah.
are and who they continued to evolve and become.
Yeah.
And with the possibility of knowing that anything can happen, like Sabrina said, I had learned that anything can happen at any time. There's an ex of mine that was a scorer. He ended up on a wheelchair. The love I've always had for him, even after the relationship had not moved an inch, simply because he was on a wheelchair, the Sgora body went away, but the essence of what we had and how I see him as a human beside the vessel that carries him. When he speaks, what does he say? Do the things he says build up to what I would like to achieve at the end of the day? In the dating part of dating Igora, you would find Iskora esintle, but mindset wise, there's no emotional intelligence, there's no reasoning capacity. That person would be lazy to even comprehend a conversation. Umukhuluma naye akakuzwa. So I learned ukuthi looking at the package, looking at what carries a soul, a spirit, is one thing, but understanding the reason of having a relationship, the reason why you and I are together, it should go beyond how I see you as a body, because anything can happen to that body. As a woman, I would be pregnant and then I would have, extra meat here and there. What does that say to you? Do you still find me as attractive as you saw me when I didn't have the baby? And do you understand that that baby is the reason why I had evolved to this bigger woman now? So I think being considerate and being fully aware of who you are with your imperfections will give you
Yeah.
much more peace to accept self, to say, this is how I am now. Am I happy with this? Am I still presenting myself as the one I want to show up as every day? I think for me, that is the most important. And when you're in a relationship, you need to know you're always selling something to this person because they were attracted, They were attracted to how you came in. But what do you do to maintain the how you came in? So only when we start relaxing and we start wanting to put in place the excuses for not working on self to get better. When we start doing the
Yeah.
things that make us feel like now I've won this guy, there's no reason for me to continue having the legs or whatever, then it becomes a little bit of a questionable thing to say, ngikuthole uthanda ukugeza, why ungasagezi usugeza kayi-1, you know. Ngikuthole uthanda amahili and then wahlangana nami manje usuhamba ngama-pumps, those kind of things, you know. And I'm not trying to say wrong ukuhamba ngama-pumps noma wrong ukuhamba ngamahili, but I'm just saying ukuthi never let yourself down. The self-love that you've applied before the relationship, make sure it's the same kind of you that you keep embracing and you keep building on, regardless of the changes that happen on the outside. Just keep yourself pure and intentional from the inside, and everything else, it will be overlooked. Laba bacabanga ukuthi it's okay to tell someone ukuthi you look like this, you look like that, be it's kind or not, they must have something going on with themselves. And also when they're giving criticism, be open to taking that, because I need to see the tree doesn't eat its own fruit. It's the same as the monkey not being able to see its own eyes. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents to say, just keep working on yourself. Whatever happens to your body is what happens to your body. You have the privilege and the luxury to take care of your body in any other way. Do what is necessary, but you're beautiful and enough is enough. The enough we're talking about, that is enough. Let's work on self. That's it.
Zvezzo. No additions, no subtractions. Osnams.
Dat is Sekgothudi le kae?
Lekai, osnams.
Awa, le rena re teng.
Hey, I saw you butchering my language there earlier on in the comments. I was like, oh, sis nonsense.
No, ralika ntate, ralika.
That's all that matters. Nami, when I start liquoring the Zulu, hey, it's gonna be rough.
Ay, uyaphila kodwa tata?
No, I'm alright, Mama. Yourself?
No, I'm good. We thank God that there are men who still apply a lot of changes in their lives and their marriage still remains intact. We are mostly encouraged by those relationships because nothing is ever real out there. Sesiyasaba nje vele. Gubi. If it were up to me, ngangzothi ngithumela umkakho i-50 rand lapha kwa-Capitec, she's doing great. She's doing great, but also when someone puts in the effort and the level of respect that you want for your marriage, you do your job. Gwanawe nje. Yeah, ngibulise laba kuphela 3 years bangakachithi. Ninabanye, you know God will deal with you. Niyazazi ukuthi nenzani lapha. But it's okay. God kiyomkhulu, we still serve a living God. You will change.
Indeed.
Yes, that is there's one thing I've realized emhlabeni ukuthi the longer you wait for people or a person to be attracted to you, it will take you decades. Yes, if there's something wrong with your body, you put the work in. You want to change it, you want to look firm, or you want to lose that weight, or you want to gain that weight, or you want to look a bit lighter. It's up to you. You are doing work on yourself. But I feel like the greatest battle that you can ever win is to be attracted to yourself. When I get dressed, usually I get dressed and then exit my bedroom. I quickly go back when there's time. And then I stand on the mirror and I say, sometimes I always say my mother went too early, because if she was here, I would have thanked her. Mother, you gave me great genes. At the same time, you won't believe that I was once told by an African man that I would probably not get married to an African because I'm too slim. I am the English type. If you go to the UK, you would not suffer. Hi, Bo. And then I started thinking, should African men don't prefer slim women? Because I was a size 28 at the time. Now it's better. I'm like a 32. So until I started loving and being attracted to myself, and everything I wear, I'm like, hi, bo. Hey, yazi ngiyasebenza emhlabeni. Ngiyasebenza emhlabeni. Look at the effort I put into dressing myself, into making sure that I coordinate the right clothes for myself. Trust me, Tatus Sekgothudi, Mina, my husband is a very jealous person. He will never tell you that you look good. For you to know that you look good, you will see sore eyes and sore eyes and side eyes. Then you must know that it has hit him that you are going to the mall for hours. And great giants will say, wow. I always tell him that it is not a problem that you are not saying it. Because luckily for me, I know it, I see it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you are suffering in silence. But it's okay. That is you have made a bed for yourself that you will keep compliments and you will die in it. But look at you now. You are suffering in silence. You even have the nerve to ask me, do married women actually dress like that? Are you from a Hatfield in those campuses? And I say, human beings who prefer what they prefer wear what they want to wear. As long as I'm not walking naked, as long as I'm respectfully dressed to a point, in a way that would not shock ibandla, I am good. But anyway, it's because Tatus Sekgothudi, trust me, I've never waited for anyone to say, I'm attracted to your kind. I love myself. I love myself. Luckily for me, God has blessed me with sons. And hi, Bo, Mina, my sons will tell you, one is 6, one is 13. They'll tell you, Mother, you look so great. Mother, today you have done us justice. And I say, my goodness, did I give birth for this? Father, were you trying to bless me extra so that I don't look for things out there? If there's one thing I know, Tatus Sekgothudi, I always tell my big friends, because all my friends are big. The slim one, all my friends are big. They wear 38, 40, and up. If you see me standing with my friends, it becomes very weird. I always tell them that never take any joke when it pertains to your body, pertaining to your body, because people destroy us in a very cocky way. Abanye beza nama jokes, usumkhulu kakhulu usuwenza. And unfortunately, the same big people eat like slim people. It's just a matter of you having the blessing of having a different maybe body blood type or genes of some sort. But trust me, the most dangerous people to your grocery are slim people. Slim people, that is Sekgothudi. If you have dated them, you know that they will try to hide which they eat too much. Slim people, you take a slim girlfriend or a slim boyfriend to a restaurant, that person will devour unless you make them feel somehow. Slim people are very dangerous to grocery, trust me. And it will be as if big people eat too much, and we continue to do that as adults when we know the truth. Trust me, we know the truth, but we continue to perpetuate such devious manners when it comes to people who are big. And whereas we know, count 10 slim people for me and tell me if they are eating healthy or whatever the case may be. They devour food. So it's just a matter of this one reacts to food, this one does not. Other than that, Minanje, I don't feel people should ever take jokes when it comes to their body, because excuse me, some of them are not necessary. Some of them destroy. I remember there's this young man who told one of my friends that did he say he dates for looks, or what? He dates for something he can take out there. And I said, Kota, is he aware that you don't even eat starch it's just that you did not send your body where it is now. You don't even eat starch. When we go to a restaurant, Mina, I order the biggest portion of meat when I order a smaller one. Though Nami, I'm not a person who eats pap, but my level of eating meat compared to you is very dangerous. So I don't know how someone can comment so recklessly, especially when he came to you wanting to have a relationship with you. It is even better if it's a friend, but when it's someone who was who could have been a potential boyfriend, for them to leave you distraught like that, it's somehow, you understand, Joe, because now you feel like all men are starting to feel like that. I have lots of discussions with my friend. She even left dating alone now. She said, friend, I'd rather be single, because there was a guy who vocally expressed his shock on stretch marks work, and I was like, God, it's not necessary. Does he not have a daughter though? She said he does. I said, so the mother of his daughter during pregnancy, she did not lose anything, shape or anything. She was like, yo, and then Tatus Sekgothudi, let me tell you, she started obsessing about any and every product that would assist with my stretch marks. I said, my dear, be like me, rest in the Lord. I have stretch marks. I don't care, because at size 30, when I'm pregnant, I shoot up to size 40. To a point where I get sick. So how do you expect that my body stretches like that and I don't have stretch marks? And I'm like, my dear, you should be looking for business opportunities and new jobs offers, not this thing of stretch marks. And we're talking about a man who has a child. So did the mother of his child not lose anything during that process? Because not even about pregnancy, sometimes you even lose certain things during weight loss, during whatever accidents. Like you see, now you're obsessing on the wrong things because of one comment from one young man who does not know what to say when he is bored.
Sure.
And when you look at it, most women, abanye, they have huge, humongous stretch marks even before pregnancy, because maybe sometimes your body stretches by force or whatever the case may be. Like, Minanje, I would like for a person to encourage me, actually, ukuthi unomkhaba onjani, it's not I like to offer temporary solutions. That is what I will never allow any woman to leave the house singakagqoki kahle. I'm not going to tell you about BBL, such an extreme. I'll tell you, faka umkhaba ku high waist, sihambe siye bafaneni. Busy. You can't be thinking of imagine the money if you start obsessing about it, BBL, imagine the kind of money you're gonna have to take a loan. You're going to, like, it can never be me. It can never be me. Like, I can't ask God for life and beg him to keep me alive, and also beg human beings not to comment about the things that I'm also struggling with. Do people need to add to my struggles because we are struggling with certain things? Do people need to add?
Not at all.
Some of us, we used to wear wigs because we looked too African. Nowadays, I don't care what. Like, I am as I am. I go to work as I am. I've got my hair as it is. If I want to straighten it, I'll do it. If I don't want to do it, I stay as I am. Because I can't. We are begging for people to be kind to us. Imagine a person to be kind when it comes to my body, which you have no business commenting about. When you should be just encouraging me, uthi yazini, umkhaba usekhona, ubuya kwaSatan, it's fine. Faka lento ku high waist, faka crop top, sihambe siyobangena, because life waits for no one. Abafana basifuna in different shapes. uNkulunkulu usithele emhlabeni in different shapes, so that mayfike ezulwini akhona ukudila ngathi differently.
Yeah.
So that methi idudla ayibuye for punishment kuze idudla, ama medium abuye for punishment kuze ama medium, ilenda imzaqa mangabe ayibuye for punishment. uNkulunkulu wanted to recognize us ngendlela esingakhona, so it can't be. It can't be. We
It
can't
can't
have
be
i-budget
none.
kakhanyimbawu sonke. Imagine if sonke sasine-budget kakhanyimbawu, the world would be very weird. But we can't. Some of us, we just need i-high waist, sifake umkhaba, sihambe, kuzoba right. If it needs ukuthi uthenge umathiliso umqoke just for ubangena ubakhohlise, do it for yourself. Mina nje angidlali. Ngiyamtshela umuntu ukuthi lalela. Uma ngabe today zikutshela ukuthi ugqoke umathiliso to confuse them, to deceive them, bangene mntasekhaya, siyahamba, we cannot. We are dealing with a lot already. We are dealing with a lot already. It can't be that. As that is Sekgothudi, I'm so shocked when I hear women say, "Ubaba wengane yami told me that now I'm too big." Kithi umuntu omzalela ingane like athi yes, nithi hayi niphila nabantu abanenhliziyo ezimbi. Trust me, niphila nabantu abanenhliziyo ezimbi. Now what do you do? Because ingane yakhe yona leyo that you gave birth to, what do you do now? Because if it was not for that child, you would still be intact. Ngendlela yena wakubona. Lalento yokuthi remain as you came. As I came when mhlawumbe nje ngangibamba umkhaba mangizwa kuwe for 3 weeks, ngawukhulula nge4th week. Ngizokhona ukuza ngilofika. Awazi siyawubamba thina umkhaba when it's be uma kudingeka nerobot thina siyalithungisa ngibamba umkhaba bathatha ama measurements ngiliqoke the whole night emqindini evening dress ngibamba umkhaba ngendlela eyisimanga ngiyophefemula ekhaya. It's okay. Siyakwazi ukubamba thina umkhaba for hours. Subambe that was hot even when they make the dress ngithi iyenzeni ngizominqa bese niyayenza idress kuzobonakala khona emcimbini. I practice ngemcimbini for 4 to 5 hours ngubamba umkhaba ngikhulule mase ngisendlini ngikhipha iro. So like abantu abanambeko abantu bangenye indlela abantu understand humans especially labo ukuthi accumulate in a relationship. Uzomunye kuthiwa bheka umngane wakho unjani, hayi bo moya ingcwele. Yes, my cousin once told the boyfriend yakhe athi bheka umzala wakho, athi umzala wami umuntu oke wafuna ukuqeda ifull chicken ayi1 ungqono ngani. Kathi mina hayi bo umtshela ukuthi I just don't gain weight kodwa nje I'm not that girl. So qawuthi ngidla health. The only thing that gives me problems ushukela, not because I want to be healthy, because my taste buds, once I taste sugar that is beyond my limit, I react. That's only that. But no, I am a devourer. I will sort other things later. So in general, I think we should not take kindly to such.
No, I agree. Thank you so much, Sis Nums. And I think with that, beautiful people, we can close it. I need to attend to my meeting at 12:30. So thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for engaging. Let's see each other again tomorrow. And yeah, man, if I don't see you guys tomorrow, please enjoy your weekend. And man, the weather dumelana, please go outside, enjoy some fresh air, Kenya waist trainer, okene wedding dress, so enjoy, guys, everyone, and you know how it is. Keep it Makoya all the way, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Everyone who joined us for the first time, we are here Monday to Friday, 20:10, and we have wonderful conversations. And yeah, man, enjoy the rest of your day. Show.